2009, I was eating with Guruji during several months together, and I was preparing the meals because the menu of the kitchen at this time was not very good. With the passing weeks, the menu improved a lot. And then the people of the kitchen were preparing the meal for Guruji by themselves. I was happy, I didn't have to cook. And I was sitting with Guruji on his table to eat with him. And this became a habit. So the days were going by, and one day, it was after a 3 days yagna. There was 120 people in the ashram, and Guruji had a lot of work. There were some guests and artists who were sitting to have lunch with him. As I was going to the table to sit also, he told me, no, you go eat somewhere else. Okay, I turned around and I sat on the next table, I sit. And I took my plate and I said a prayer and started eating. But my mind was spinning around, at full speed, asking questions. Why does he don't want me to eat at his table? What I have done wrong? Is this a new test? Maybe he doesn't want me to hear what he's saying to the people. You see, the mind runs and runs. Every time I put the food in my mouth, I decided that I was feeding Krishna. To change them from this mind running in this direction. So I was concentrating on Krishna and said, hey Krishna, here is something to eat. And I was feeding him. I was putting a mouthful in my mouth and I was feeding him. So, and this prayer became real. What was in the outside was nourishing me inside of me. And God present in the food was feeding the divine inside of me. I was feeding Krishna like a child, you give also, you put the food inside the mouth of the child. This experience was beautiful, like the experience of another life. And as the plate was empty, I said to myself, wow, that was amazing. It's like the Guru gave me another experience to compensate the other thing that I had to go somewhere else to eat. This I realized several times, that when you make an effort to control your mind, the Guru is always there to support you. Different experience, I could feel this and see it. So you see, during the school, the teaching of the parents and the society, we have learned to be good boys and good girls. It is fine. What does this mean? What does this teaching does in us? The first thing is it reinforces this identification to our mind first. The judgment of this mind is reinforced. It is a determinant factor for behavior. We judge and we act. We give to this judgment all the value. It's not the perception of our heart which is important for us, but because of the heart feels compassion, kindness, empathy, love. But this is not the determinant factor of our action. Our action are determined by, and our behavior is determined by the logic, the reasoning of the mind. The source of our false perception is in the judgment that the mind puts on everything and everybody. We judge right and left. The people we like, we judge the Guru, also everything. So he comes also in this judgment. And we think, yeah, this is good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. I like this, I like that. I don't like this. Any form of judgment will create a differentiation. And due to this difference, we dwell all the time in the state of duality. If there is any judgment, there is an impulse that one is better than the other. And we are always better. Think the mind. When one stops giving importance to that judgment, then the qualities of the gunas are weakened. And when the gunas are weakened, automatically they disappear. So the urges that the mind creates, oh, I have to do this, oh, I have to do that, then this disappears. The mind thinks always better, and we think, oh, yes, I should do this belongs here, this has to be done like that. You know, but in the work, always this comes. I know better. They should hear my advice, think the mind. And when the gunas are weakened, all this disappears. And it's the same with the tamasic qualities, you know. Because in absence of attachment, one cannot be angry. We become angry when we see things where we are attached being destroyed. It's due to attachment that the tamasic qualities arise. When there is no attachment, one doesn't drop into this tamasic quality. So we should not be the least disturbed by either the sattvic, tamasic, or rajasic qualities. We have to rise above them. Because if we attach to one of them, we are attached to all of them. You know the story of a man who was attacked in the jungle by 3 thieves. One wanted to kill him, the other bind him to a tree, and saying, yeah, the wild animals will eat him. And the third guy, as the thieves went away, he came back and untied the guy. So you understand, the first man is the tamasic qualities, want to kill him. The second is the one who bind him, the rajasic qualities. And the guy who free him is the sattvic qualities. And the guy said to the third one, come with me, you are a good man. And he said, no, I have to go with the others. The sattvic is also part of its gunas. So somebody who is enlightened, he is immersed in this light from inside, and he realizes the oneness of all. There is no judgment. There is nothing to like or to dislike, because you are seated in the Lord and you see everything is the same. It's Him everywhere. There is no external judgment towards anything. So these negative qualities disappear automatically from someone like this. So this is to exist because one automatically stops giving importance to them. We give importance to these qualities, thinking, yes, this has to be like that. This has to be like this. If you drop it, they will be weakened and disappear. So for one who is above these qualities, the Atma observes this drama of life. It's just outside this drama, the drama of how the gunas and prakriti act in the world. But we don't need to identify ourselves with any of these gunas. And like this, you stay ever free from it. You know, often spiritual people think, oh, I am better than the other. And in this there is judgment, there is differentiation. And they still are in the game of the gunas, thinking, I am very sad. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, one has to become completely absorbed in the cosmic body of the Lord. When the mind is transformed and become light. And then you are above the game of the 3 gunas. You just observe. You are the observer. And this is the key also to control this mind. Just by observing every day what you are doing, what you are feeling, and what you are thinking. The eyes see everything, but there is no judgment in what you see. The nose smells, but there is no judgment of good or bad. It's like this. You see You are conscious about it. But then honor, dishonor, people like you, don't like you, don't care. It's him everywhere. Because, you see, the tamasic one criticizes everyone. The rajasic, he runs what only he likes. And the sattvic, he finds everything inside himself, but he thinks he is the best. And Goji said, as long as you entertain these three gunas, you are in the grip of Maya, you are dancing to her tune. Maya puts the music and you dance like a puppet, like a tamed animal in a circus, kept in a cage. When the circus man throws his whip, the animals start dancing like the tamed monkey that turns and jumps around. This is similar to that what Bhagavan Krishna is saying, the circus of life. As long as one doesn't break through and rise above this, one remains in the circus. And as long as you stay in the game of the circus, there is judgment. So, let's not entertain the game of the gunas. And you see, often I see people compare themselves to others, but there is no way to compare us. This is where jealousy has its root, just judging oneself, judging the others. And Krishna said, be seated above, be the observer. And when you sit up on the mountain and observe what is happening all around you, be like that, unshaken by the gunas. So whatever is happening below doesn't bother you. Don't let your eyes be delighted by the world, because the moment you let your eyes be delighted by the world, there will be disagreement and agreement. We have physical eyes to see, but Krishna says, see it from the point of view of the inner eyes, not the outer eyes. You know, these inner eyes are the eyes of the Lord Himself. He don't judge anything or anybody. When one sees it with the inner eyes, from the higher point of view of the inner self, one does not have a connection to the lower frequencies. One doesn't have any connection with the mind, the body, the senses and the outside reality. We are free from it. So it seems crazy to say that we should not have any connection with the mind, the body, the senses and the outside reality. But when we are in the middle of an emotional situation created in the outside, often the way to get out is to rise above all this. To sit on the top of the mountain and to look at it. How to do this? You see, if you look how the saints are doing it, they think, tomorrow I will be dead. So what is the importance of now this dramatic situation? All this emotion? They disappeared completely. And suddenly you appreciate life and enjoy the present moment where you are alive. Jai Gurudev.